there everyone, this is a Pantalone mask that we're creating from paper Magiclay and some paper mask. So I'll just show you how it's used. So now it's completely exposed, if you can see that. And I'm just going to get my mask ready. You can see I can just pull off a part and it is this consistency in my hand. Sorry, it's a bit difficult to see, isn't it? What I'm going to do is I'm going to start creating an upper lip. Okay, so now that's done, all I have to do is probably wait maybe a full 24 hours for that to actually set. This was suggested by a fellow drama teacher on Drama Peeps on our Facebook group. And because I'm a crafty thing, I really wanted to give it a go. So as directed, I went to Speedy School Supplies was the provider or distributor that I used. All right. And just on the addition of the feathers, it might be different if you've decided to use hair on yours, but if you're limited on your resources as well, my suggestion would be to be mindful of how you construct this, because two reasons. One, feathers are obviously very, sometimes too long. I've got a white feather there and I'm going to trim that when it comes time. But what I've done is, while this is soft, I've inserted the feather where I want it to be, either or, on each side. And you'll see already, they're way too long. I also have to paint mine. So if I don't pop those holes in now, I might not get the opportunity to later. So there's 2 holes in there now. I'm going to leave that to dry. I'm going to leave these feathers aside as well, and I'll reinsert those once it is dry, just to make sure that they sit and they stay, and I'll super glue those in after I've painted it. Okay. Otherwise I'll end up having to paint around feathers, which is completely impossible. Yeah, just a hot tip. Just moving on now to the eyebrows. I'm just going to be adding some weight to the eyebrows so that I can stick a feather in there at some point. Right, so the purpose of this is to give me a basis to be able to pop a feather in. Oh, just trash that feather, whoops. The great thing about these feathers is I think they were like $7 for almost 150 feathers. So I like this shape here for an eyebrow, so I'm just going to push that in like so. And once I'm happy with the placement, so I'll be able to basically cut off that feather. I only need a little bit of it, really. That should be enough for me. Right, and again, I'm going to take them out once I'm done, let the holes be there, as you can see. This little guy here, and same with under the nose. Perfect. All right, stay tuned. Hello. Day 2 of our masks. So I'm just about to start painting. After 24 hours, this little section here that we did last or yesterday has dried enough for me to start painting it. So what you're going to need is you'll need obviously your mask, a couple of brushes. I've just got 3 there, 2 of which I've used before and 1 that's new but very cheap. Some water and the 3 colours of paints that I've got there. So I have burnt sienna, burnt umber and tan. And what I'll do is I'll probably use mainly burnt sienna over most of it, and then I'll highlight with the tan, and areas that I want to sink back, I'll use the burnt umber. They're acrylic paints. They're about $2.95 each, just from Arena Art there. Okay. Recommend getting thinner scissors than what I just used for you. Okay, he's looking good, isn't he? All right, so there's your see you later chin. Okay, so now we start giving some light and shade. Sorry, I got a little started before I started the film, but basically what you're trying to do is highlight the parts that are higher in the mask in terms of how far away they sit on the top of the mask. Okay, now what you're seeing is the burnt umber, and we're going to add the burnt umber to all the areas that are low in the mask. Okay, so that'll be the inside of all of the wrinkles, the joins between the Magiclay and the, see how under here, just enhances that wrinkle. This is the colours burnt umber. Sorry, I've been raving on about these colours over and over. Sorry. Okay, this is Pantalone, all painted and ready to go. So all we need to do now is add those feathers in. Okay, here we go. I've got some super glue. I've got a few feathers here. There's a full-size feather there. And here is a smaller feather. I've taken some of the little fronds off, just pulled them off into these two small holes for those shorter feathers. So I'll just pop the super glue in like so. 1, 2. Quickly put that lid back on straight away. You might need a different adhesive for school, but this is just what I use today. So I've just popped that feather in. I've already trimmed it. Second feather to go in. Okay, this bit's a little bit trickier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline the brown line on both sides, and then I'm going to hold. Probably could do them one at a time, but why not? I'm just going to be super difficult for myself. And try and hold them into place. Lid back on. Jeez, I'm a good girl. All right, here we go. The shape of it looks really good. You might find that the feather itself, the wick of the feather at the very, very end might be super strong. So I actually cut my feather up. Further up, so I was using a thinner piece, stalk. There we go, I made up a word. So you can see it hasn't quite stuck as well as what I wanted here, so I'm just going to reapply. Success! Awesome. So both those eyebrows are now in the right position. Trick is to cut that stalk back on the feather so it's not the super thick part, it's that nice thin bit. And to finish him off, what we're going to do now is pop the super glue into the holes we've created for the moustache. I pre-cut these feathers as demonstrated, and I just pop them in. Easy. You probably cut them back a little bit more if you want, if that helps. And that is our completed Pantalone mask for a Commedia dell'Arte unit of work. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, feel free to check out my others.